Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. You know, on Tuesdays, you know what we do. Welcome to a brand new, all new episode of Keepin It Playa. What y'all on? How y'all feeling? It's been a little bit. So when I say a little bit, it's been a week. You know what I mean? But that's been long. That's long enough, ain't it? That's how it feel. Oh, I miss you, miss you. You gotta act like Teddy Pendergrass in this motherfucker. Miss you. I got harmonies. Welcome to everybody that's pulling up. Glad y'all can make it. Glad you around. Glad you're present. Got a good show for y'all tonight. We gonna have fun as always. What was y'all on this weekend? Let me know. Gotta pull up. I'm just letting everybody know to pull up on me, y'all. Just bear with me. Have patience, as the kids say. It's been a blessed week, man. A blessed weekend. We're here. We're still alive. Can't complain, man. My beard has been growing in, but you know, I'm still getting reacclimated to having a beard. I haven't done it, you know, because of my service as a firefighter. No, I don't really get it this long, but ordered the beard care products. Gonna get that thing properly, you know, get it vibrant, get it luscious. You know what I mean? Got my beard wash on the way, beard oil, cause you have to take care of it, man. When God give you a blessing, you gotta take care of it. That's essential, necessary. So yeah, I got full plans on taking care of that, man. But it takes time, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna go full Rick Ross. I ain't gonna go all that. I like this length. I've been just debating whether I should just stay beard, because I feel like the beard keeps me young. As you can see, your boy has been growing in as salt and pepper. A lot more salt than pepper. It's because I'm stressed. That's what you gotta blame it on. Other than just being old. It's because I'm stressed. Y'all don't realize that. I didn't either. How challenging it is to manage, you know what I mean? To manage a family, manage a business. Because I serve a very important, integral, if you will, role. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the brothers that's holding down for the family, for the kids. Or if you are in the, you know, you have parents that, you know, you make sure you help out. Whether they are middle-aged or elders. I'm an oldest, so you know that's kind of been a role of mine for as long as I can remember. But oh, my boy in here, Bush, my boy, good to see you. I see Weldon and James in here. You in here? Is you in here? Shout out to everybody. Bush, happy to see you, man. Hope you been peeping. Your boy trying to stay strong. Gotta let everybody know, you know. Rude to the bros. SMEB Music. What's good? Welcome to the Playa Circle. If it's your first time, welcome. If it's not, we always happy to have you back. We in here vibing. About to get into the true nuts and bolts of the episode. No freaking. Really kicking it. Just trying to see how everybody's weekend was. And I was getting into what I was on this weekend as well. So, y'all, you know, we can move as a brotherhood, as a family, as a community. But tonight's episode is appropriately titled, I had to give my wallet a blue chew. My money ain't got no stamina. I had to give my wallet a blue chew. My money ain't got no stamina. To all the young adults and adults watching the episodes, those who may have participated in intimacy, may be familiar, may have seen a commercial, or you may be at the point where you may utilize the medication that's on the market designed to provide sexual enhancement or to cure erectile dysfunction. Viagra. What else they got? Roco. I seen. You know. Levitra. Or the more popular Blue Chew. And what is these pills? What are these pills? Are honey packs. Now you're acting crazy. Now you're acting crazy. But yes, that has been used in a hood or two. But these products are designed to help boost your performance in the bedroom. So I say, I had to give my wallet a blue chew. Cause my money ain't got no stamina. It ain't got that. It ain't finishing the job. I blame a number of things. I blame inflation, obviously. That's the first thing you black, you gotta say that. Yo, inflation crazy. I blame inflation. I blame the salaries not keeping up with it. I blame, now I'll take accountability. I blame my own previously poor spending habits. But shout out to old days. And when I say old, I just mean when I was young and didn't have to be worried about this shit. Not, a particular time period. But it's just like, man, I remember when $1,000 meant something. Now, for those, I ain't trying to brag. I ain't trying to be boasting or flexing on nobody that ain't, But what I'm saying is, man, you see $1,000, that's a bill. 2, 3 is stretching it. That's at least 2 bills. And that money gone. It's craziness. I remember when I was a kid one day, I was in the laundromat with moms, and mom handed me She handed me like $200 or something like that. I was like, Warren Buffett? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I need to invest. Mind you, the money wasn't mine. She just told me to hold it. But I'm like, damn, I'm on stacks. Man, shit, $200 don't do nothing. They say $200 is all it costs to go out on a date. You know, I'll be watching all of these different reels and various posts, and they humor me. So, but a little bit of education, And the guy was talking about how it's like, you really trying to get your money up, you got to change your behaviors. And he said, if you single, you not ready to date, stop dating. He said a date is a average date is about $200 a date. Now, if you go on one date a week, first of all, God bless you if you out here, if you in the streets dating and you can find somebody consistent. Now, let me not act like that, because I'm all about black love. But if you got somebody, right? Either you pursuing. If you pursuing, you shouldn't be spending $200 a week because you pursuing. I would wait till you're locked in. But that's just player preference. But $200 a week, that's 10 bands a year. 10 of them things. Yo, if you had 10, listen, I told my son, tried to educate him, bless him, Lord. I said, man, if you get $10,000 early before you got to deal with significant bills and all that, and you can, man, you might can move mountains. You can invest. And obviously, we all know as adults, like 10 don't last. 10 moves quickly. Whether you getting it, whether you got it through PPP, however you get it, 10 don't last long. But done properly, without the man on your neck, 10 can start some things for you. It can get you rolling. 10 could get you out of debt. 10 could get you getting fruitful. You know what I mean? Being able to build. Shout out to my girl Jay Warshaw. The baby steps. Follow the baby steps. You know what I mean? Get your emergency savings. Get out of debt. Save your 6 months. You know what I mean? Then you start focusing on getting, being able to travel, things of that nature. But you got to go in order. And invest, of course. But money don't last like it used to, man. Money on that. I'm sorry. That's how money be moving now. Protect your money, man. Preserve it. Don't load up on debt. If a player could give you anything, Hov did that. So hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that. If I can give you anything, I would say do your best not to load up on debt. If you already got debt, the focus got to be get yourself a little stash, just enough. If God forbid, the carburetor is probably the alternator. God forbid, like some car issues or something like that, or your girl kick you out, you gotta stay somewhere. First of all, you should be living right, but that's besides the point. But you need enough to emergency monies, right? Once you got that, you gotta focus on killing that debt, cause the debt holding you back. Shout out to my girl, Maya, aka Hood Good. She had that Donnie Hathaway on her story the other day. Someday we'll all be free. Check my vocals. But you gotta get that debt. You gotta get that debt off your back. Get the shackles off your feet so you can dance. That's what Mary say. Once you got that off your neck, bro, I'm telling you, you can think, you can have, as my uncle would say, vision. you can have vision, and you can really start moving. But you got to boost your own your own individual economy. You got to stimulate it. That's the only way you can get moving. If you ain't got no ends in America, it's hard out here. I ain't gonna hold you. The Lord, and I ain't gonna act like I got tons of ends. I do all right. You see your boy shining a little bit, but if you not out here really getting right, you're just gonna be in the rat wheel. And I don't want that for none of us. I don't want that for my peoples. I don't want that for my real ones. My haters, sometimes you gotta learn a lesson. Now I ain't gonna be petty. That was the being petty was kind of like the theme of the week. You know, I'll discuss very, very briefly, because you know I ain't got time for the shenanigans, the foolishness, as Mary J. Blige say. But we'll discuss the week, the events. But don't be petty out here, man. It serves no one. You feel like you be moving mountains being petty. You ain't doing a damn thing. You look goofy. Now, I was a person that I did coin the term Petty Murphy, Petty LaBelle, Petty Kane, Petty Winslow, Petty Pendergrass. That's a rare one. I ain't bring that one out too much. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't serve as much value as you believe it will. Focus on yourself. Focus on your growth. Alright? But yeah, in the meantime, get your weight up. Focus on building your wallet. Get your wallet a little stimulant. Little blue chew. So that thing can last and give pleasure. But I digress. What was y'all on this week? I had a pretty good weekend. First, got to discuss the fight. For those that was in Iraq or you're not, I don't follow sports. One of the biggest boxing fights in a long time. We had Canelo. We had Canelo versus Crawford. And the brother won. It seems like it's been a while. We've been struggling. The boy Jake Paul took out Tyson. I was like, what the hell? Going back a little bit when Fury beat Deontay Wilder. I'll never forget my dad said, damn, not during Black History Month. I was like, my dad don't even give you that much energy. But he was hurt. You know my dad from the South. So we had Canelo versus Crawford. And my boy Crawford was putting that his whoo. Now the crowd cheering. Crawford delivered an excellent performance. I stayed up. Now I ain't gonna hold you. Don't tell my peoples, because I said I wasn't gonna bet. I took the last minute Crawford decision. I got paid. Not that much though. Just enough. Just enough to wet your whistle. I was truthful when I said I wasn't going to play. But what had happened was I seen some things that made me say, you know what? Go ahead. Let me slide something on that real quick. It was 3 reasons why I knew Crawford was going to win. The first thing was I saw a clip of Terrence Crawford playing Uno. And Terrence Crawford played Uno like Debo. He don't play with no real rules or nothing. He just doing whatever the fuck he want to do. You know what I mean? He's talking about some draw for, skip, reverse, get it, I'm out. It's like, brother, that's not how you play. But he was like, you know what I mean? He was playing like he Debo or somebody. We just made $200. I made $200. Pump. That's how Terrence Crawford played Uno. Then the next thing I saw was who visited his locker room, who visited his dressing room. Baby girl. That's how David Allen Greer be acted. Baby girl. You seen Angel Reese pulled up with the cat suit. That got his mind right. So I'm like, now, okay, you know, because everybody know when the baddie visits you. If you ever been on the basketball court, you be playing, you be clanking that shit up, and then your boo thing walk in. Your boo thing or your new thing. As soon as she walk in, Kyrie. You be like, damn, when he get a jump? When the jumper get like that? Oh, it's nice like that. Kira with the baby hairs here. When anytime you are doing an athletic activity and the girl you with, the girl you trying to holler at, I was gonna say something reckless, but I gotta remember my mama be watching. The girl that you with, or the girl that you wanna be with, walk into the arena. It's like you get VC on 2K. It's like, man, where you get all these bonus points from? That's how you got to roll out here. So as soon as I seen Angel Reese, Angel tall. I done seen Angel in person. It's tall enough to make you, whoa. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah. He gonna be laser focused. Now, the third and final thing that helped me know and knew that he was going to win the fight was when Crawford walked out. When they slowed down, they did the final video package. Then they started playing some Spanish music. So I'm like, oh damn! I was like, the champion usually come out last. Why they got Canelo coming out first? But it was Crawford. Crawford came out to that Spanish. When Crawford came out to my boy in here, Mercer County 5 Buff 1, not the 2. What's up, player? Oh, when y'all in here, I always forget. Make sure y'all like the live. Share that thing too. Get it circulating. But when I saw Terrence Crawford come out with the Spanish music, and he's walking out with the little, with the guitar box, the Spanish guitar box. Going up in Spanish Harlem. That's the type of time he was on. Now, I have seen this tactic used, both in boxing and in real life. In boxing, I saw Floyd Mayweather come out with the Spanish music. Diabolical. But, a little moment of culture for you. When brothers hear Spanish music, it's on like popcorn. We feel like that we can do Enrique. When you play the Spanish music, growing up in Spanish Harlem, Guantanamera, Maria, it's on. Everybody, you seen that clip of when LeBron be hitting that salsa? I'm telling you, we get tapped in. Communicating with our neighbors. You know they right next to Haiti. Or Latin America. You know, we all been oppressed. That's how, as soon as I heard Terrence Crawford coming out to that, I'm like, he's about to beat the brakes off of Canelo. Crawford by decision, please. Now, let me also say this. It was a great fight. Don't know what's going to happen next because Canelo was the last big dog. He was the last big dog really standing. Now that's Crawford. You gotta recognize Crawford as the face of boxing. I don't know what's next for the brother. We shall see. We shall see. Now, what else I get into this weekend? I went to the studio with Ki. Very successful studio session. Working on some things that I'm proud of. I'm so proud I got the hiccups. I can't wait. Worked on a dope record. I'm ready for y'all to see that. For real. Or hear that. We worked on a couple songs, got some studio footage. I'm gonna post some photos from the studio tomorrow. Cause it was a great session. So shout out to my girl Ki. You know, we working. So, in addition to going to the studio, it was a successful football weekend for your boy, making that paper. My team, now Washington lost. That was a little disappointing. That hurt a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, stay up, player, stay up. Who got the wave? What's good? What's good? It was very, it hurt to see my team lose. That being said, I'm like, yo, we definitely made that bread this weekend. Shout out to my homies over at Everybody Eats for the plugs. And I was telling my boys, I was talking to Reek, I was talking to MLK. I said, sometimes you got to put pride aside. Because what happens is, you want to be the one that makes the plays. You want to be the one that, I created this genius 32-leg parlay, $2 to $470,000. But it ain't about the pride. It's about the wins. It's about the strategy. And that's a life strategy too. We be so locked in, so focused on trying to be the guy or the him or I'm that B, for the baddies. Sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes you can be that by following the program, following the steps laid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Oh, my boy in here. Put them hands in the air. Teja Vu, what's good? Welcome, welcome. This your first time in the Playa Circle? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, man, but that's what I'm telling you. It was great. We was hitting that. We was getting that bread. When I bet, I had to rely on the Cowboys, and that scared me. I ain't gonna hold you, because I don't fuck with them like that. But we made our monies. We take our blessings. You gotta believe. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So, we gonna keep this thing moving, keep this thing circulating. I got some good questions for y'all. I got some good what are you talking about segments. And we just gonna vibe. But first, as always, we got to do the bald-headed logic for the day. Alright? So, the bald-headed logic. Bald-headed logic for the day. Protect your energy. Because energy is influential. Yeah. Protect your energy, because energy is influential. Now, y'all, we all grown here, but I know this has happened to people I know and myself in the past. But you ever been trying to do something and somebody that you know in the room or somebody that you respect, they give you that negative energy and it influenced, it changed how you was thinking about moving. And he was like, damn, I wasn't even on that because the way they moved, the way all that they gave me, I had to switch it up. Protect your energy. Protect that thing. Protect it, baby. Because the energy is influential and your energy is the most important. It's okay to take advice. It's okay to see different perspectives. But that negative energy, man, you got to protect yourself from it because it'll change on how it'll change the whole room. I was at the studio. Shout out to everybody that was at the studio. But I needed to show Ki something. I needed to show Ki a sound. I needed her to hear something so that we could continue to develop the record. So I played her another record that is my jam, right? That shit be rocking. And every time I hear it, I'm like, yo, that energy, however they create it, those are the type of things we need to have on the record. So after I played it, the one of the people in the room, and they cool, whatever, but he gonna say that record, like she did her thing on that record, but that record was so trash. I said, don't you? I had to hit him with these when I pulled this up, cause you're pissing me off. I said, don't you ever? That record rocking. Shavi, what's good? So that record rocking. Don't bring that bullshit in here. Cause what you gonna do is when Ki hear that, and Ki's her own woman, she grown. But I don't want your nasty ass energy influencing what I'm trying to show her. So I had to block that. That happened to me another time in the studio with somebody else. We was recording, and somebody's like, "Oh, I like this record." But they said they like this record, but the energy that they gave the record made the artist question the direction of the song. I'm like, hey, don't do that. That ain't even the target audience. You cannot let your energy be influenced like that. And shout out to all the artists in the room. That's the last thing you want to happen. If you got a vision, you got a direction, you can take advice. You can have perspective, recommendations. But don't let nobody change the energy of the room unless they are changing it for the positive. And that's something different. Now, when you see somebody lifting up the spirits, now we rocking. But if that ain't happening, shut that shit down. I remember when Money Long was talking about how, J. Cole had walked into her studio session and he heard her gossiping. That joker just went, because I got to protect it. I'm telling you, y'all, that thing's so real. Do not let nobody influence your energy in a negative way. All right. So that's my bald-headed logic for the day. Now, we're going to keep it moving. I'm going to speak my truth real quick. Stuff that been happening this week or stuff that caught my eye. And then we're going to get into the What Are You Talking About segment of the show. All right. Now, speak my truth. Tonight, speak my truth. Stop telling me it's been 30 years since the debut. I'm old, motherfucker. I get it. Well, what do we benefit from you? Today marks the 30-year anniversary since Rugrats. Well, damn, man. Did you have to say it like that? Why you can't say, hey, today Rugrats started? Oh, bet. That's what's up. I love Tom and Chucky and them. No, you got to try to make it sound old as hell. Where were you when this record dropped? Today is the 40-year anniversary of, like, it'd be like Thriller or some shit. You be like, damn, nigga. I'm just trying to live out here. And you trying to make me feel some kind of way. Stop telling me that. I don't care. I still love it. I'm still fly. What do you gain? Today marks the 70th anniversary. They even have always some bull. You shouldn't be able to say that unless it's been 10 years. And even that be like, that'll make you feel some kind of way because you be like, damn, time flying. You be like, it's been 10 years since Ass by Big Sean. Damn. I don't need that type of energy. Keep that to yourself. That should be having me dying. I don't need all of that, man. Keep that to yourself. Should be funny to me, though. I see them clips all the time, and I be like, damn. I'm just trying to live, player. That's why I got all this. That's why I got all these gray hairs. I feel good about my salt and pepper. It's different, man. I saw a picture of me when last time I grew my beard out, and it was all black. And I was like, damn, yo. We was on something different back then. Renaissance, what's good? What's good? I was like, damn, man. But that's the way love goes. We're going to get into what are we going to get into? Let's get into what are you talking about? Get into what are you talking about? Where we just kind of observe some of the recent findings, the recent happenings on social media and in culture, and let's break it down a little bit. Nah, man, nothing wrong with that. Hey, the Siani Abri, what's good? Welcome. Is this your first time? Welcome to the Playa Circle. Happy to have you. Always happy to have the artist pull up on us. Oh, and then of course you gotta wave to your baddies. Always wave to your baddies. Shabby, I forgot to wave to you. My bad. She said, hey, with the multiple wives, we love it here. Glad to have you. We've been kicking it. We've been talking a little bit about some of the things that happened this weekend. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope your weekend was fly and all of that. We're about to get into some of the topics of this week on social media, so feel free to comment where you can. Now, one of the first things I wanted to talk about, that I want to kind of add to the show is, as an artist manager, I love to discuss the music and discuss the rollouts. So we may make this a segment. We testing it out. We're gonna call it Rollout of the Week. Rollout of the Week, brought to you by Ludacris. Not the real Ludacris, the word. I ain't got that kind of endorsement money. What's wrong with y'all? All right, but we are in the midst of a great pre-release rollout and in the midst of a great post-release rollout. So the pre-release rollout that I want to talk about is your girl, Cardi. Barty Gang, Cardi B. and her rollout tactics for the upcoming album, Am I the Drama? Now, obviously, I don't want to say obviously, but in case you're unaware, Cardi does have a great following, a great fan base, and she also has resources that the average independent artist doesn't have. That being said, the creativity, the authenticity of the rollout has been something very, very exciting. You've seen Cardi taking it, the whole theme of this, two themes, because what I'm seeing is Cardi is blending both her glamorous fashionista side, which you see in the records, in the video for Imaginary Players, and in the cover, but she's blending that with her Bronx upbringing, staying Bronx true and true. She on the train, she at the bodegas, you know what I mean, the Bodega Baddie, trying to promote to get you all ready for Bodega Baddie. And it's been a very special blend. The funny thing was, I saw the clip of her on the train, and the first person that gave her money for the project is my girl Adrien, aka Not Common, a videographer, a very successful videographer. She's the videographer that shot two of the Renaissance videos. She shot the video for What You Need from Ki Storii, and she shot Blue Diamonds from Johnny Quest the Rebel. So I'm like, to see her in the Cardi video, I'm like, using my associative properties, I'm like, so basically we know Cardi. Like, basically I'm about to get the Cardi feature for Ki. It's just really crazy in the music industry how those degrees of separation. It's like you're always this close to like a mega star. I have so many different relationships and friends that are connected to different people, and I'm like, it's really wild. It's gonna be a great run for us when I start to kind of, pull in or make a couple of calls. But that being said, I really, really loved it. I saw the interview she had with Kelly Rowland, and Cardi, like I said, Cardi got a lot going. It's very, it shares some similarities to the Clips rollout because it's showing, it's hinting at the authenticity. I think there's a lot of things that you have to show, and this is my personal opinion, as a artist, you have to make people either A, want to be around you, want to be you, or want to be with you. You have to have that level of magnetism or attraction with the things that you do, and I definitely think Cardi brings that, because as you can see from the success of the bodega pop-up, it's like, it was packed there. And so for me, her showing that she blends the relatability, but she also blends like what it's like, man, it's like I could be that star. When you see somebody that you like, it's like they just like me, and then it's like then they're also a mega star. That is an amazing skill, and I think Cardi does that very, very well. And I just want, like I said, just keep objects out of Cardi's hand. I just don't. That's all I'm saying. Don't have her nothing in her hand. We don't want her launching nothing. But the selling the CDs on the street, like, that is genius. All of those clips, you know what I mean? So, and just kind of almost bringing the level of direct to consumer, and tying in all the challenges she's going through with the court case and all of that. So it's like, she's generating a lot of energy. The music industry is different now, and it's just, if you can have somebody's attention for days, let alone weeks, you're doing something great. But I think she's really doing a great job, and now the only thing that we got to rely on or we got to wait for is the music. It's been to start we've had some success. I've seen some of the records. I think they're using some of the other older records too to be on the album. But I mean, as far as, you know, from Outside, I liked Outside. Imaginary Players, I think it kept the train rolling. And then we'll see how she turns up with Bodega Baddie and then her intimate or, you know, her vulnerable personal songs. So, you know, a shout out to her for just taking the leap, though, because she really could have just rolled out Invasion of Privacy. So now on the post-release side, I gotta talk about, this is one of my favorite artists. Obviously, those who have watched the show before, y'all know I'm biased, but I have really been impressed with the rollout of my girl. Some would say Bae. I'm just playing. But of Kirby, the singer Kirby. She has done a great job with her release of Miss Black America. And what I have really noticed is that the release, in my eyes, has been an extension of all of the brand work that she was doing to build up her community and her visibility. Kirby went on a run before she even really kind of announced what she was doing with the project, where she was just on TikTok crazy, just doing performances and clips of her catalog and giving people an opportunity to connect to both her as well as her music. Now, because I follow Moccasin Media, what's good? Welcome. Because I've been paying attention to Kirby for some time, I think time really be flying, but I think I kind of ran into Kirby on, it's gotta be maybe like 2021, maybe. I know she had this song. My favorite song from her is Coconut Oil, but she had Pineapple Cognac, Can We Be Friends? She had a lot. She had a lot of records, and I want to say it's like 2021, maybe. That's kind of when I got really tapped in. But I knew who she was, but didn't know her exactly for her music, because I always knew her as the Thick Sister that was giving Black history on social media. And she would have all these different facts. That's how I originally came into her, and then I started getting tapped into the music. I'm like, yo, damn, that's the same shorty. She bad, but the music is hitting. And so, like, over time, she had been doing a lot of stuff in songwriting. She did the project with the movie with Swarm. She did a project like almost as an alter ego. So all that work, as an artist, you'll find out that all that work leads to the promised land. You know what I mean? So what ended up happening is, like, she just made a conscious effort, from outside looking in, a conscious effort to really show off her catalog and her brand. All of the clips of the videos that she was shooting was outside. They was, you know what I mean, she a Mississippi girl. She was showing, it looked like the country in damn near every video. And all of that was leading up to you kind of getting an idea of what her music is like and what it sounds like, and attaching it to certain feelings, which will now lead to you understanding exactly the type of music that she released on Miss Black America. And Quiet Is Kept, if you listen to that project, I don't know, everybody got their own different vibes and different genre. That's a really good ass album. It's a good ass album. You know what I mean? I can't OD because they're gonna be like, say, you just talking that because you think she fine. That is not that. You know what I mean? First of all, I'm gonna play it with mine. Don't ever disrespect me like that. But secondly, the music is good. You know what I mean? The song, she got a record with the title track got Big Crit on there. Then the song that she dropped before that, the Thick and Country, that's a bop. I'm thick and country. That's kind of on that coconut oil tip, but you know coconut oil near and dear. But the song I like the most is Better Days, because that's my inspiration. You know what I mean? But the whole project is, you can tell it's Mississippi through and through. I've never been, but I feel like listening to it. I feel like it. You know what I mean? That, oh, all right, you pass me a plate. You know, so. But to extend into what she's doing post release, like I said, I don't know who got the bag, who done invested, or you know if she put her own bread up. But it's like the visuals immaculate, however, still on brand. They are really a boost up of what she was doing on the TikTok with her previous catalog. So I love it. That's how you do a rollout, in my personal opinion. You gotta connect as the person. You gotta connect the music. Diamante, my boy, what's good? Welcome. We're in here. We in the midst of. I'm wrapping up. I'm talking about rollouts of the week. I'm celebrating. I'm highlighting some rollouts. I was talking about Cardi B in the pre-release portion, and I'm talking about my girl Kirby in the post-release and what she's been doing. Yeah. Nah, like I said, we was talking about that, and just celebrating the success and how well executed those rollouts were, in my opinion. So now we're moving on, continuing on what are you talking about, and one of the things that caught my eye this week that I wanted to share, shout out Joshua Neal, actor, comedian, but he always has some very stylish and creative posts. My boy Pedro the Don, Peter B. Shout out my boy, host of the popular, you gotta say it like that, the popular podcast Fresh Cuts Pod. You know what I mean? So shout out to my boy, him, as well as Oak. But he shared the post with me, or he posted in the story. I saw it, and what I was thinking is like, yo, this is hilarious. I wanted to talk about this. So basically, the post that Joshua Neal posted was about top 5 signs that the girl is into you. Top 5 signs that she's into you. And these were pretty good, in my personal opinion, if I may say so myself. So the 5 signs that she's into you, according to Brother Neil, is first, the baddie initiates contact. That is real. Well, matter of fact, let me go through the whole list and then we'll address. So the top 5 signs is she initiates contact, and when they say that, they're talking about she reaches out to you. Number 2, she responds to you in her comments in the social media, letting everybody know I see your comments. Number 3, she uses your lingo. She uses your catchphrases, your sayings. Number 4, she's talking about, I can't stand you. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And number 5, your interests are her interests. Now, of these signs, I agree with all of these signs. And if you watch the video, he gives a little bit more extensive breakdown. In there. But to me, of the 5 signs that he mentioned, I think the biggest signs for me, initiates contact, and that can be a double entendre. Initiates contact in the sense of they reach out to you, like when they're thinking about you, they text you. That is very, very big. Let me explain how big that is in this current social media climate. Oh, I ain't doing nothing for him unless he take me here. He paid for this, yada yada. I ain't doing nothing in this era, and not just for the lady side, from the player side too, of selfishness. In this social media climate of selfishness, a person that is willing to bypass ego and pride. Sorry. That's when I know I'm talking too much bullshit, because the Lord be like, stop playing. Pass the dap. Now, in a space where ego and pride dominate, and people will be thinking about you and will not reach out to you until you reach out to them, a woman that initiates contact, chef's kiss, is a beautiful thing. Okay? Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Don't give me the good morning. Bless the Lord. That's beautiful. Or the what you doing from her. Because you all know the jig is going to send it. We going to send it. But when she sends it, that much more value. That's what my boy say on Friday. Oh, that was different. So, initiates contact, but the double entendre is when she initiates contact, physical contact. Again, Diamante said, asking if you ate. If she cares about your digestive system, if she cares about your nourishment, your glucose levels, that is a special woman. She into you, player. As Martin say, she giving you the rhythm. That's real. But like I said, when they initiate the physical contact, listen, one day, I know y'all be like, Cedric, please stop bringing this up. No. But when they hit you with this, when they hit you with the hacker voice, I'm in there. That physical touch different. That's in the words of Fleece Booty Warrior Johnson. I like you and I want you. And ladies, for those who are new and still wet behind the ears, if you don't like me, don't touch me. If you don't touch me. Get your hands off of me. Because you're saying things, and I'm like, Avant, I can read your mind, babe. Oh. Yes, remembering the small things, because that means you paying attention. Listen, too often, the baddies misconstrue fellas seeking consideration for being sassy. No, men are grown, just like you. We have emotions just like you. We are just seeking consideration. So when you are paying attention, when I was talking about how I put a parlay down on Jaden Daniels and he cleared it, and then you bring that. Well, first of all, you don't pay attention to my money. Don't pay attention to my money unless we together. And even then, from a distance. But when I talk to you about my punk ass co-worker, and you remember that, I say, girl, she got active listening skills. I like that. It's a very simple concept. I know it seems hard, but it's like the things that you like, it's possible he might like them too. It ain't just about you, baby. We a team. But I continue. I digress. When she responds in the comments, now let me tell you something. That's a little dicey. Because, hey, one thing that the ladies can always use is, I was just being friendly. So you gotta be careful. You need a comprehensive when it comes to this, when it comes to the top 5 signs. But when she starts using your lingo, when she starts using your catchphrases and sayings, when I see a baddie say, "Hey, player, oh, watch your tone. Watch your tone." See, now, player, let me be honest with you, because I ain't that green, unless it was my boo. But the player, everybody use that, because we've built community here at the Playa Circle. But what I will say is, when I see you doing this, when you start pointing to the sky, or when you start saying you gotta believe, now I know you're locked in. Now I know you're entrenched, because you went beyond the surface. Prez, my boy. Welcome. Good to have you. If I didn't mention it last time, really enjoyed the recent freestyle player. I think I mentioned it, but players fucked up. Prez, we're currently talking about. Oh, and if y'all just came in, make sure y'all like the live, make sure you share it and things of that nature. But Prez, we're currently talking about a recent reel, the top 5 signs that she's into you. And if y'all want to add any more signs, feel free, drop them in the comments. The top 5 signs so far: 1, she initiates contact, both physical and she reach out to check on you. Initiates contact. She responds in the comments. She uses your lingo. Number 4, she can't stand you. I can't stand you. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And then your interests are her interests. Now, we're currently talking about using your lingo. Like I said, to me, player, all right, I'll give you that one. You might just be, a fan of the show. But when you start saying you gotta believe, I believe you like me. Now, so keep an eye out to hear if she starts saying stuff that you say. Now, when she said, "I can't stand you," what that means? Oh, see, now that one threw me off right there. Shout out to Baddie Suave 3. What's good? The Trey, the doctor. Welcome to the Playa Circle. It's good to see you. So, as I don't want to be distracted by the baddies, but as I was talking about, when she say she can't stand you, according to the poster of the reel, Brother Neil, he said that's just simply giving off the fact that she catching feelings and she don't like it. So I gotta keep you at bay, keep you at a distance. So I understand that sign. Now again, the social media, he said that's a sign. To me, the culture is very deceptive. Okay? It's very deceptive. And so you got to be careful with some of the signs that you may see. Because girls, we say, "I can't stand you." They can say that very easily. That's why I said before, This is a comprehensive list, in my personal opinion. I gotta see at least 4. At least 4. So, the last one, your interest or her interest. Now let me tell you this. Use my pastor Pastor that. But when your interest or her interest, how many times, and to use the example that was given in the video, man, your girl don't know a damn football from a boxing glove. Don't know nothing. Next thing you know, she in there talking about, listen, the Commanders really need to improve their interior line. What the? She's talking about, yeah, they were talking about them on First Take. Why you watching First Take? Dr. Hakeem. Dr. Hawk 06, what's good? Welcome. If it's your first time in the Playa Circle, make some noise. Put some wave emojis in the chat. If you a baddie in the chat, put them nails in the chat. Let the people know you're here. But continuing on, a woman, and I'm not trying to be on no Dr. Umar, Kevin Samuels, love doctor, none of that type of tip. I'm just talking from a player's own experiences and experiences of those I consider close to me. Oh yeah, all is well. Will I be at homecoming? Who knows? Who knows? The last couple homecomings, I went to the homecoming, not this year, the year before, and it rained. So I'm definitely due for a positive experience. But I digress. So I will say that I've seen that when a woman wants to connect with you and she takes on your interests. Shout out when Danny was watching WNBA. Now you all on that W. Now you all on that like Dub C. But that's because you gotta be cool. You gotta make it interesting. Because they want to connect with you. And as a man, you should want to connect. It's a little bit harder. Because some of the stuff I ain't watching Baddies Club. I ain't watching no Love Island. Now, you might catch me watching a drama. You may catch me watching, they be watching them damn crime series. Them things are kind of addictive. Back in the day, shout out TV One for my man. Damn, what was the other show on TV One that was like that? TV One series. They showing all the old shows. That ain't what we used to watch on TV One. Fatal Attraction. Yeah, man. I was like, why am I even watching this? So I was down bad. I was watching 600 Pound Club. No, damn well I don't want to watch that. But I did it for love like Ray J. Now, continuing on. For me personally, as I said, when she initiates contact and when she uses your lingo to me and when her interests are your interests, those three are the telltale signs. I'm sprung. Oh, you got me. And it's okay to be sprung. Ladies, it's okay to be sprung if you sprung on the right one. And even if he the wrong one, the Lord is trying to steer you. If it ain't a win, it's a lesson. It ain't a loss. Stop acting all scurry. When it don't work out for me, I'm going to say, Lord, Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the draws. That's all you got to do. Because there was some good times. And all that bad times, that ain't nothing but lessons. Because you made it through. In Jesus' name. That's all I'm going to give you, though. Now, I want to quickly address this "It Is What It Is" segment that was popped up on me. This one caught my attention. I was like, damn. Excuse me, hiccups. Pastor that. All right, I'm gonna stop doing that. Now, on a recent episode of "It Is What It Is," Cameron, Mace, and Stat Baby recently had on retired boxer Adrien Broner. Now, I cannot say that I saw the full episode. However, there was a clip circulating and going viral of Cameron interrupting the interview with Adrien Broner to ask him to leave the show because he continued to flirt after being asked to chill with Stat Baby. Now, couple of things, right? And let me not stop. That's her nickname, but Treasure Wilson is the host, the third host of "It Is What It Is." Now, what I think was interesting, first of all, we gotta kind of keep things in context. Treasure Wilson is young. Treasure Wilson can't. Not, it doesn't make it right for you to be doing it with any woman once we identified. It's like, this ain't what we on. But Treasure Wilson can't be no more than 25, maybe. And so that's one thing, right? Internet says she's 24. Adrien Broner, 36. Now, we all are adults here, but bruh, relax. Alright? Relax. Furthermore, what was more disturbing was that it had been established that Treasure Wilson is in a relationship and her boyfriend is at the show. Yet you keep going. As my boy said in the past, I can't lie, I'm getting cooked right now. Brother, chill. You got to be, listen, as a grown-ass man, you got to be able to control your freaky. If I don't teach you anything, that's the one thing I want to teach all my young players and my old players. Control your freaky. Turn your freaky down. It ain't no need. It don't help nobody. Now, one thing is, I got to give Cameron the utmost credit for intervening and saying, hey, look, bruh, I done told you. Now you got to get on up out of here. Did it respectfully. Nick was good. He did it with respect. He said, hey, I need you to get your ass up out of here. We can chill after the show. You cool. We still cool. But I done asked you to chill out. You not. So you got to go. Paid that man and told him to go about your business. And that's respect. From Cameron, I'm saying, handling it appropriately. It ain't got to get physical. Ain't got to do all of that because he he overstepped without being, crude or crass in the clips. But it's like, bro, man, we have to be able to hold our men accountable. And it was good to see that. It was definitely good to see that. So I urge and encourage all my fellas, if you ever in a space where your boy is doing the most, hey, man, yo, come on, chill, bro. You doing too much. You out of pocket. For several reasons. One, because we all come from black women. We are protected. You heard Tupac. All right? But then, and additionally, if we are trying to have a good time and we're trying to keep the ladies comfortable, you can't be acting like that. You can't do it. That's just the realness, man. But these are my thoughts. Now, we're going to kind of we're going to wrap everything up, coming towards, been on about an hour and a half. Been a good, successful show. I want to quickly name the player and baddie of the week. And then we close, as we always do, with Ceddy's recipes. Now, the player of the week is a brother, a fraternity brother, a successful brother. Shout out Tremel Tillman, actor, extraordinary actor, who won the Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor. Won the Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor for his role on the show Severance. The first black actor to win for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a drama series, of course. I gotta put that portion. He's the first to win the award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a. Now I'm all confused. Pass the dap. Tillman is the first black actor to win the award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a drama series at the Emmy Awards. I seen the scene where he was acting like he was on the drum line. I was like, oh, I'm captivated. I'm in. I'm locked in. So, for me, as a young man of Alpha, we have, for a long period of time, been a fraternity. We emphasize and prioritize being the first, but in the modern era, it had, in my eyes, it took a while for us to kind of get back and being in the mix and in both entertainment and just several other platforms. We're kind of always around in the mix of the medical field, politics. So it was good to see, because there are those who strive in the space of entertainment. Shout out my guys, Walter, and shout out my boy, man, my boy Trenton. Excuse me, my hometown. It's crazy. Shout out my boy Trenton, and several others that are in the field. So it was good to see the win for him, and again, just for our culture to continue to get first, and hopefully it will not be the last. So shout out to you as the player of the week. Now for the baddie of the week, in a similar fashion of celebrating award-winning performances and seasons, the baddie of the week is Veronica Burton, the point guard from the Golden State Valkyries, who secured the 2025 Most Improved Player of the Year. Now, I'm a fan, obviously, of the Lynx. So I'm a little bit kind of in a catch-22 because Xena the artist was good. Welcome to the Playa Circle. So, as a fan of the Lynx who are playing the Valkyries in the playoffs, I'm a little bit torn because I have become a fan of Veronica Burton and the Valkyries. They are an expansion team that has overperformed and made the playoffs. The first expansion team in WNBA history to make the playoffs in their first year of existence. And Veronica played tough. She can get you a couple buckets when you need to. She's going heem. And she's led that team in spite of the injury to their all-star. So it's been a very inspiring performance from her. So, and like I said, the jump that she had, I think she's averaging 15 points in this year, and she had previously been averaging like 3 points, something crazy. So it's like, she really, really was doing her thing. Like I said, especially when Kayla Thornton went down with the knee injury. So they're going to be a tough team next year for sure if they can keep them together. But shout out to Veronica Burton. The baddie was doing her thing. And they got a tough road ahead of them trying to, extend the series tomorrow. But, they're gonna be at home. So we'll see what happens. Now, let's finish off the episode with our favorites, Ceddy's Recipes. And Ceddy's Recipes, for those who are new to the show, the scenario where I provide custom and traditions from our past, and those are the customs that we're trying to maintain and keep going in our history, and for the kids to remember, so that they can keep forward and push forward to their children and their future generations. Now, in the past, we've mentioned such customs as Uno, not splitting the pole, God is good. We've talked about last week bringing food to the movie theaters, and several other instances. But tonight, we bring a classic. And surprised that we've never mentioned this prior, but the legend, McDonald's money. McDonald's money. Boy, I got to question your card. I got to question your black card. If you have never ever once inquired as a young kid, Mom, Dad, can we go to McDonald's? And for them to turn around with vigor and zest and say, do you got McDonald's money? Lloyd Coleman was good. Woo! That used to piss me off. At the tender age of 7. I ain't got no McDonald's money. Why are you asking? I asked you, can we go to McDonald's? You are navigating the vehicle. You are the one who works so hard to be able to put food on the table. And I respect what you do. But I'm asking you for the kindness of my heart this one time, can you take us to the promised land known as Mickey D's, and can we go to the Golden Arches? And you talking crazy. Now, as an adult, I understand the dilemma, especially with the information I stated y'all earlier. With the truth being, they ain't have McDonald's money. And that's keeping it all the way funky. It's all good. I understand. It's not what we was on. Not what we was on. But you could have simply said that to a player. Because all I wanted to know was, can we go to McDonald's? And you talking about that you with the deflection. Do you got McDonald's money? You know damn well I don't. You know damn well I don't. But at least now we laugh, we celebrate, and we understand. It happens. But we got to keep that tradition going. Ask your kids when they ask you, Mom, can we go to McDonald's? Do you got McDonald's money? Keep the humility of the black family. Don't be so quick. Yes, we can go. It costs $20 for 2 people to eat at McDonald's now. You better ask, do you got McDonald's money? And when you get old enough to actually have McDonald's money, challenge your parents. I'll never forget one day my dad was craving some Popeyes. And he's like, hey, Cedric, can you run to the Popeyes? Gonna get me a 3-piece and get Miss Karina, 2-piece of white meat. And I thought about all the times when we passed that Popeyes with not a thought, or we got luncheon meat at the house, or I got spaghetti, I'm about to cook. And I had to ask, Father, do you have Popeyes money? You sending me to do you have Popeyes money? Because McDonald's is just a filler. It's for wherever your heart desired as a kid to go that they didn't feel like paying for. But once you get older, question everything. But these are the traditions that we must maintain, and this is, of course, Ceddy's recipe for the night. So we end here. I thank you as always for attending. Had a great time, entertaining, educating. Thank you for all those that showed up. Now, for those who missed it or only caught half of the show, you can definitely catch the full episode on YouTube. It will be live later this week. So I thank you, and I thank you for all your support. We will have a special guest next week, so I hope y'all pull up on me again. And listen, I need y'all to show out. When we have guests, I need y'all to pull up on your boy. So, again, thank you. But until next week, keep it blessed, keep it real, but always keep it playing. We out.